is going on, guys? Monday morning, here we go. And I swear, I am once again going to be one of the most amazing speakers on stage that owns a farm and is shredded to hell because of working on the farm. My arms are just thrashed right now because, the weekend before Summit, you decide to cut down a couple of trees and bundle them all up, build a fire pit, moving about 1,000 pounds worth of bricks and the likes, because that's what you should do the weekend right before you host your own summit. So that was my exciting weekend. What the heck did you guys do?
I watched SDSU beat Drake 70-7.
I don't know what language you just spoke, but that wasn't English.
Hang on, I'm just curious. That's indoor women's swimming or
Football,
water polo?
Soccer. They
Okay.
had SDSU did a game at Target Field.
Who is? Hang on. Who is?
Oh, shut
who
up.
is SCSU and who is? What's the other one? You said the Drake Hotel.
Okay,
They played.
South
They played the
Dakota
employees
State.
of the Drake Hotel.
Oh, South Dakota State.
They,
Now that
they
SD,
could have been
it
employees.
sounded like you were saying SC.
SD.
Yeah, that's what
SDSU, South Dakota State University.
Yeah, we played at Target Field.
SDSU beat who?
Drake University,
Where's Drake?
Des Moines, Iowa. They're a D1 school.
I don't know what that means either, but
You're not bragging about this, are you?
Oh, it was a fun game.
What was the score?
70-7.
oh Jesus, that wasn't a game. That was like
They
our high
had
school
in
football
like the fourth
team.
quarter. They had the third string quarterback in, and he was still scoring touchdowns on them.
But
I'm like,
they were
what the
playing
hell?
a team from Des Moines.
It's a D1 school, for Christ's sake.
Oh my god!
Evidently, they put way more money into their track
So
team.
so what is Drake's mascot?
Not a fucking clue.
I just want to know what the Jackrabbits beat.
On this morning, we're going to celebrate mediocrity.
Way to cheer on the small guys.
They are the Bulldogs.
So a
That's
Jackrabbit beat up a bulldog. Got it. I like it. I
Nice.
like it.
Very cool.
I know Keith and I went to the Azle High School football game, and they played Aledo. And let's say Aledo.
So Alito won last year's high school state championship.
Yeah.
And beating Azle, they've now won, I think, 14 straight regular season games.
Yeah.
So, and they had their third string in the second half, and what was the final score? 50-7.
Yeah, it was stupid. What's funny though is this running back that they have. This kid, you could have 40 people on the field and you're not catching him.
Oh yeah.
It's also should be noted that his daddy got an amazing job in Aledo. It's just funny how that works out. Their quarterback as well, his daddy got an amazing job in Aledo as well. So you love it when, high school makes things really, really competitive, and you shouldn't do any recruiting or anything in high school sports. So, but it's really kind of funny that more people show up to watch the halftime show than they do the actual football game. Because you'll watch as soon as the halftime show over, which our niece is the head drum major, is done, like half the stands empty out. It's like a freaking race to the parking lot, which I'm definitely one of those people leaving.
Oh, I was waiting in the parking lot to pick him up.
He was. Just get a text message.
Let me get the car. I'm out of here. So I watched football last night, Sunday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots.
Who won?
So come on, man. I wouldn't mention it if we didn't win.
Oh,
Patriots won?
Off to a 2-0 start this year. Let's go, Fins.
And the only good thing about the Dolphins is when Jim Carrey made a movie about him, when he had to go, what was
Ace
the name of that?
Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Don't be making fun of.
But that was the only good thing about the
Laces out, Dan. I don't want to get off sports. I love talking about sports, but this weekend something weird really happened. So I went to Sam's Club with a friend of mine, and we spent 2 hours in Sam's. And when we were done shopping, we just left.
Oh, they had one of those unmanned ones?
Yeah, you do it with your phone. So she scanned everything in the cart. And then I said, hey, we got to go check out. And she's like, oh, no, we just leave. I've already paid for it. I'm like, what? And so we're going
tackled in the parking lot.
Yeah. I'm like looking over my shoulder and shit. Like we're walking out the thing, and the guy hits her phone with his phone, and then hits 3 items and goes, "Have a nice day."
How crazy is
What
that?
the fuck just happened?
I saw on TikTok there is some place up in the mountains that has a Dollar General that you don't have to scan anything. You walk through the car, or
Oh,
you
it's got the
spin in.
RFID
Yeah, and
scanner.
you put your card in the
Yes.
door, and then you just walk in, grab your stuff, you walk out, it catches everything.
They have a couple of those in airports now, like the little convenience store, 7-Eleven type place, where you walk in and then you just walk out. When you walk in, it says on your phone, "Do you want to use your Apple Pay or whatever it is?" And you hit yes. You walk in, you grab a soda, candy bar, whatever, and you walk out, and it just hits your debit card. I'm like, whew.
Yeah, I've
So,
not seen that.
Julie
Yeah, Julie's
knows
all
what I'm
over it.
talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed, so I haven't been in a Sam's Club or Walmart or things like that, shopping like that. So it's very
That's
domesticated weekend. It was fun.
Domesticated.
About time you
weekend.
get domesticated.
All right, so we're gonna try this one. New game we're gonna play. It's called What Year Is It? So what the game rules of the game is we are going to describe things that happened in this particular year, and the others are going to try and guess what year it is. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, so I don't know how easy this is going to be. I'll start. I've got one pulled up here real quick, but if I didn't know this year, this might be hard to guess. So if you're in the audience, if you want to toss a guess out as well, let me know. But here we go. The FAA purposely crashed a Boeing 720. Apple released the first personal computer. First untethered spacewalk. The TED conference was founded.
Oh wow.
John DeLorean was acquitted from cocaine charges. The Space Shuttle Discovery takes its maiden voyage. And the Challenger astronaut Catherine Sullivan was the first woman to spacewalk. And the last two will give it away. So you guys have a guess.
I'm going to say like 82.
You're in the ballpark. That's a pretty good guess.
Yeah,
So,
I was in the 80s as well. I'm gonna guess 84.
Yeah, 84 is correct. So the last two I was going to tell you was Reagan was elected president, and the Olympics are held in Los Angeles.
Yep.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you when Reagan was elected, but
it's funny when you look these things up, you find like DeLorean acquitted of cocaine charges. Something like that doesn't tell me much.
All right, well, I've got one, so we'll see how this goes. The first one, Star Wars was released.
72. Or no, 77. My bad.
Elvis dies.
Yeah, 77.
First Apple computers. I didn't even get that far. Fucking should have saved Star Wars to the end. Fucking
should have known. Should have known that dumbass.
Elvis
would have his own birth year.
Yeah, Elvis would have screwed it up too. Because my mom was. It happened like on the weekend of my birthday party. So my mom was all like crying because Elvis died while she was getting ready for my birthday party. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Yeah, I was like 5.
Oh, nothing against your mother, but I fucking hate Elvis. God, I hate Elvis. I don't like his music. I don't like it. Nothing about Elvis.
I'm absolutely a huge Elvis fan.
Oh, the only thing that makes me happy about Elvis is to watch how disgusting and fat he got towards the end. But that was so much drugs. He just threw his life in the trash. I mean, that explains how he showed up in life in general.
Hey, have you tried that? Have you tried the deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich that he used to eat? It's freaking amazing. Okay?
No.
I'm telling you what, it does suck that a rock and roll star would do drugs and alcohol. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can't understand how that happened at all.
So stupid.
Wow. Friggin'. Who's got another year?
All right, I got one.
Show us the doll. The doll.
Richard Price wins the internet.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, too funny.
All right. So let's see. We're going to start with the SOS Morse code was adopted.
Ooh, we're going way back.
The first Tour de France was run. The first teddy bear came out.
So this is definitely while Kevin's been alive.
A Chicago theater burned to the ground, killing over 600 people, making one of the deadliest theater fires in the U.S. history. Ford Motor Company was founded. The first World Series occurred.
All right, boys, we're back in the 1900,
and
like
Wright brothers had their first flight.
1901.
Close.
Yeah,
it's right around there because Wright brothers were
in
1903 was
yeah. It's the only thing I could have get was I at least knew the Wright brothers. The rest of shit I am fucking out, no clue.
Well, I remember the big fire in Chicago was at the turn of the century right there. So,
well, when you said Morse code was created, I was like, okay, this is well over 100 years ago, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, boys. Next one. All right, in this year we had the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident. China instituted the 1 child per family rule. Pink Floyd releases The Wall.
70s.
Margaret Thatcher was elected prime minister. It was also the year I was born.
I'm going to say
1991.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you.
1970.
Sir.
70 dead on?
No.
Oh. I'm gonna go with like 72 or 73.
No, I think Bernie is. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Bernie's.
I don't know how Bernie is. Donnie was 77. I was 74.
78.
So close.
79, 80, 81, 82.
79.
Oh, all right. I got another one. The Oklahoma City bombing. The DVD was introduced. Amazon opens as a bookstore.
95.
The
1994.
Rugby World Cup in South Africa. Atlanta hosted the
I went the wrong way.
Summer Olympics. Actually, the year
96.
afterwards. You're close. It's 1995.
Yeah, 95. That's what I said first.
Oh.
I was there. I was at the Oklahoma City bombing.
So, DVD in 1995, and now kids these days don't even know what the hell a DVD is.
Hey, want to really confuse them? Tell them what a floppy disk is.
Yeah, that's the save icon.
A floppy disk is not a floppy disk.
Yeah,
just funny.
And most kids don't know that the save icon you see most times is that floppy disk.
Yeah,
I know, right?
So, one more, and then we'll kick it on. Who's it got?
All right, here we go.
I got one.
You got one. Go.
Yep. All right. So the novel The Godfather was published.
Novel.
The first scientific handheld calculator was released. The TI 2500 data math. Bobby Fischer defeated Boris Spassky in the World Chess Championships.
Oh.
Apollo 16 and Apollo 17 both landed on the moon.
88.
No, we're in the 60s. 68 or 69.
Watergate scandal began to unfold.
1970.
And this last one will give it away.
1972.
Yep, the Summer Olympics massacre occurred in Munich.
Yeah.
72. And the most important thing that happened that year, I was born.
And all right, so I'm going to try and do this by showing a whiteboard. Let's see if this will let me do it. Present. I can do it over here in 2 seconds. That would be awesome how I had that all set up and ready to rock and roll. But we'll get it 2 seconds. I should get this.
Wait, Kevin, you said 72 you were born. I thought you were born in 1903.
No.
All right. I was thrown way off.
All right. So I'm going to talk about what happens to most people when they try to do anything somewhat successful. So this is actually called the Success U, or sometimes referred to as the entrepreneur's journey. Okay. This is something that when I finally saw this, it helped me figure out why I kept getting so stuck in so many places and not able to actually push things forward. So what happens is a lot of people will start right here and they'll say things like, you know what? I'm going to start a blog. Let me start a blog. So what they do is they think about what they want to write. They start writing, they keep writing, they write a little bit more. And then they get to a point where like, damn, this is hard work. This is a lot of things to do to show up and, write something every day. So they keep going for a little bit and they're like, man, I got to do this every day and continue writing every day. Man, this sucks. Right. This sucks. You know what? I am going to start a podcast. Let's do that. So they start a podcast. They research the podcast and then they start, and then they record and they get here and it goes, man, this is tough. You mean I got to do this every day? I got to find guests and then I got to edit. I got to market. I got to do all the work. I got to do all this. You know what? This sucks. You know what they do instead? I'm going to start email campaigns because email campaigns is going to be the thing. So they start email campaigns. So they get a software, they program, they start researching. They're like, oh my God, I got to write every day. I've got to do this. And they keep going. They get to here and it's like, oh, this sucks. And then they're like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube show because YouTube's going to be the answer. And they keep doing this cycle over and over again. And right to the moment when they would learn something, they stop and go back and try something else, right? Because not many people want to push through the actual suck of figuring something out. The crazy thing is success happens right here, just past the moment when everybody else throws in the towel, right? It's that moment when you start learning. So you get to a place where it sucks, you're going through it, you're struggling with everything, and then you're like, instead of starting over on something else, you start learning what to actually do. You start thinking about the content or whatever you're doing, and you start applying those lessons. Growth happens when you continue to apply the lessons you learned and the things that you've figured out, and you start actually getting a result, an ROI from it. Doesn't mean financially, it could be mentally, it could be a lot of things, but you start getting a ROI. True success is found when you continue to apply and you take that one thing to whatever you were trying to achieve and from the get-go. But what most people do, as soon as they get stacked up against it, it's easier to stop and go start something else versus straight pushing through it to get what they want. And then the funny thing is uh, most people when you're running a business, you're in sales or the like, they do this all the time. This is why you see people have like 12 companies they're trying to build and do. I'm freaking guilty of it myself, right? This is why you see salespeople that are like, you know what, Mondays, I'm going to start doing cold calls, and then cold calling sucks. They're like, you know what, I'm going to go to LinkedIn because LinkedIn's going to work. Then LinkedIn doesn't work fast enough. They're like, oh, I'm going to go networking, and they go start networking. And they actually never learn the skill set that it takes to make this thing freaking successful. It is a constant, this is where stubbornness is a positive trait. I agree with that, Richard. I love telling people the people who find success are the ones that were too dumb to quit. They're at that stage where like, dude, no matter what, I'm going to make this work. And they put their head down and they keep getting after it. Because let's be honest, anybody who's running any sort of successful business should have thrown in the towel 12 times, if not 100 times before they got to the level that they got to.
That must be why there's so many extremely intelligent broke people in the world of entrepreneurs.
Yep.
It
really
they
is.
learned so much but never pushed through, so they're broke because they're not making the revenue, but they've learned quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. And you meet these fascinating people that, when you sit down with them, they can tell you so much about so many things because they've spent so much time learning all this stuff, but not actually doing the hard work that would move the business forward. The hard work a lot of times in business is the business development activities. It's the reach outs. It's getting to know people. It's finding people that need your services and the like. That's really the tough thing. Once you can figure out your business development strategy, then the tough thing happens of, okay, cool. Now we got to deliver on what we sold. Now we got to manage. We got to keep, right? And all that stuff. Everything you want is on the other side of the hard things you don't want to do. It's not even fear holding you back. It's lack of drive. You know, it's not hard work holding you back. Everybody can work hard. I mean, hell, I chopped down a couple of trees, built a fire pit. That's hard freaking work, right? But that did not grow my business. That helped me clean up the farm a little bit. And actually just made a bigger fucking mess because we're still under a freaking burn ban and I couldn't burn all the shit. But, you know, if you're in a space and you're thinking, why the fuck won't this move forward? Why won't this continue to build and grow? Ask yourself what hard thing you're avoiding. Because that hard thing, if you figure out and learn how to do it, that's not a shiny object, right? You go through and learn how to do that for you, your business, your brand. Watch what happens as your business grows. So don't try and do the next greatest thing out there. You know, if LinkedIn's popping like it is right now and you're not doing LinkedIn, you know, it doesn't have to be the thing. Go figure out what the simple blocking and tackling is for you and your business, and it'll really, really push things forward. So it was just a cool thing for me to get exposed to a couple years back, and I wish I would follow it more often.
That was probably one of the coolest visuals I've seen in a long time. Explains it really, really well.
Hey there, Fort Worth. I'm Donnie Boivin, CEO of Success Champions, and I've got a story that could change the trajectory of your business. Picture this. You're in a room filled with the best and brightest in business. You're feeling the vibes, soaking up wisdom, and realizing that this is that moment your business transforms. It's not a dream, folks. This could be your reality. How? I'm talking about the Badass Business Summit coming to Fort Worth this 20th through the 23rd. This isn't just another business event. This is the business event of 2023. You see, it's not just about being in a room. It's about being in the right room. A room that electrifies your spirit, sparks your imagination, and provides you with the tools you need to skyrocket your business. You'll hear from incredible speakers, engage in masterminds that challenge your status quo, and even rock out in a karaoke after party because, hey, all work and no play, well, you know how that goes. Miss this and you're missing out big time. But hearing about it isn't being about it. FOMO is real, my friends, and you don't want to be kicking yourself because you miss the event that could have propelled your business to the next level. Seats are limited and tickets are flying off the shelf. So if you want to be in the right room at the right time, head to the badassbusinesssummit.com and secure your seat now. This is Donnie Boivin reminding you the first step to being a success champion is showing up in the rooms where it happens. See you at the Badass Business Summit, the best business event to hit Fort Worth in 2023. All right, let's do this. We're going to do movie mashups. This is where we each describe or tell a story or description of a movie, and the others have got to guess what movie it is. The goal is we're going to combine two different movies, kind of make a crazy scenario, and get them to come up with an idea of what the movie is or what the two movies combined are. Who wants to start us off?
Well, actually, this is where three of you guys do this whole exercise because someone's computer restarted and took all of his Word documents and erased all the work I put into it. So I'll go. Good luck, you three.
In a city that never sleeps, one high school senior's epic day of freedom turns into a wild adventure that no one saw coming. Join him, his best friend, and girlfriend as they navigate the aftermath of a legendary night, piecing together the puzzle of their outrageous escapades, all while trying to outwit the relentless forces of their high school principal hot on their trail.
Got it. It's Harry Potter and what's the Vegas movie?
No, it's not the Vegas one. It's
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
And the other one, the Vegas one.
It's a Vegas where they find the loser buddy in Vegas for 3 days, and then they Zach Galifianakis Hangover.
Ferris Bueller's Day
Off and Hangover.
Yep. I was like, Harry Potter.
A dude and his best friend and girl go tracing what got me. So
I'll go next.
All right.
So this one is a hilarious and unlikely fusion of a beloved family comedy and epic historical drama set in the 13th century in the heart of Scotland. The film follows the misadventures of a young, resourceful Scottish lad. When the boy's parents leave for a family gathering, they accidentally forget him at the remote Scottish castle during the midst of a rebellion against English oppressors. Castle becomes a battleground in the struggle for Scottish independence, while the young boy finds himself
Really?
fighting off intruders using homemade contraptions and household
Fucking
items.
Home Alone
Oh,
and Mel
it's
Gibson.
Braveheart. Braveheart and Home Alone. That's awesome.
Oh, in a world where reality is a computer simulation, a skilled hacker embarks on a peerless journey through a digital ocean. His mission to find a young fish who has been captured and placed in a fish tank in a dentist office. Along the way, he must dodge both bullets and shark, questioning what's real and what's simulated.
Ooh, this is a great one because it's
The
Nemo and Neo.
Yeah, Neo.
That's
Take out the M and you got both characters. I like it.
Nice. Kevin, you got one?
Yep. Hold on.
No,
wait,
Kevin.
No,
Oh,
no, Kevin.
Yeah. Keith lost all of his.
I had two good ones too.
In a world where eccentricity reigns supreme, an ordinary man stumbles into an extraordinary realm. With a white Russian in one hand and a hookah in the other, he must navigate this whimsical wonderland where nothing is as it seems and everyone has a role to play in the madcap mosaic of his adventures.
The Great
Big
Lebowski.
Big
in
Lebowski
Wonderland.
and it's not Wonderland.
Alice
it's
in Wonderland.
Alice
Alice
in
in
Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lebowski in Wonderland.
Nice.
I would absolutely watch that mashup.
I'm not sure. Not sure if that would be produced by Disney or not.
It might be. All right.
Not
here's the
today's
next
age, it would.
one. Right. All right. So after the sudden passing of his father, a wealthy and brilliant industrialist, the main character inherits his father's failing auto parts company. While struggling to keep the business afloat, the man stumbles upon his father's hidden workshop, filled with cutting-edge prototypes and groundbreaking inventions. Among these discoveries is a suit of powered armor, a creation his father had secretly been working on, inspired by his love for superheroes. Fat guy in a little suit.
God, the second
Iron
one
Man.
is more
Oh.
Iron Man.
Ah,
I don't remember the first
Failed.
half.
the fat guy in a little suit is the clue.
Mhm.
Can't remember
Oh,
the movie.
fat guy in a little suit is Tommy Boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy and Iron Man.
That guy.
Iron Tommy.
In a child's bedroom, the patriarch of the toy mafia must navigate a complex family politics and turf wars with other toy faction. As he tries to maintain peace and order, he finds himself making offers that other toys can't refuse, all while dealing with the existential crisis of being replaced by newer, shinier toys.
I've seen this movie. It's called The Toy Father.
The toy father.
For those of you that don't know, that would be Toy Story, and Godfather had a baby.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is absolutely making an offer he can't refuse.
I knew that was the thing that would give it away, but
Speaking my language, I love
otherwise it was too close to Toy Story. Oh. Kevin, you got one?
Nope, but I will. I can in a little bit.
So an inspiring journalist is given the opportunity of a lifetime when she is sent to another planet to write a feature on a high-powered fashion editor ruling over an alien civilization. As she navigates the treacherous world of intergalactic haute couture, she must decide on how much she's willing to sacrifice her career.
Okay, that's
That's the one with the fashion magazine.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'll help you out, boys. It's Devil Wears Prada.
All right.
Devil
thank
Wears
you.
Prada, yeah. Devil Wears Prada, and the other one is when they travel to Mars, and
Nope.
they actually wake up early. No, it's not it.
No, it actually didn't give a great session, but it's Avatar. It's supposed to be the Devil Wears Prada and Avatar.
The Devil Wears Avatar.
All right, I got one. In a world where toys come to life when no one's watching, something has gone terribly wrong. In the midst of their cheerful existence, these once beloved playthings must now unite to face an unspeakable terror that has befallen their worlds. Surrounded by a relentless wave of the relenting undead, they'll need more than plastic courage to survive.
Toy Story Aliens.
Or
Close.
Or what?
Predator?
Unrelenting undead.
Oh, is it Dawn of the Undead or whatever?
Yeah, it's Toy Story and Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Nice.
I would watch that. I would actually go see that. That'd be an actual entertaining horror film.
A young outsider joins a group of experts with a plan to infiltrate an impenetrable vault. Using a blend of arcane arts and old school cunning, they set out to secure objects of immense power. Can they pull the heist of a lifetime off without revealing their true identities? I tried to keep this one as vague as fuck.
Yeah.
So
it's Clooney and Pitt and
Yep.
and those guys.
say Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11, yeah.
And then what's the other one?
I want to say like Harry Potter or
It
something.
is Harry Potter and
Yeah.
Ocean's 11. Because the first episode is all about the vault and stuff. So
Hey, we gotta lift this building 3 inches. No, we don't. Watch my wand.
Any others? Or we
That's it.
plug it along. Too
I
fun.
had that one too, so
Nice.
I'm out now.
So in this one, we are going to play a game. Is it a law? So each of us are going to present a law or say what a law is, and it's up to us together whether that law is real or not, because we know there's some really stupid ass laws out there. So we changed the game up a little bit. Usually we just talk about the stupid laws, but now we're going to try and stump each other by saying, is it a law or is it not? Who wants to start us off?
I'll start us off. And listen, there's a lot of these stupid laws to choose from, by the way.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. So, all right, I'll start us off. This is in Blythe, California. I have no idea where Blythe is, but it's a small town in California. And it is actually, you may only wear cowboy boots in public if your family owns at least 10 cows.
Oddly enough, that is not strange for California.
Yeah, not close to being the strangest thing in California for sure. But yeah, you can only wear cowboy boots in public if your family owns at least 10 cows.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's real.
Yeah, I am too. It sounds ridiculous enough, but it's California.
Donnie?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it's an actual law because that sounds like fun.
It is false, but it is an actual law in Blythe. The number of cows is actually 2. So you have to own at least 2 cows and to be able to wear cowboy boots in public, no matter your age either. So like young kids and things like that. So if your family doesn't own at least 2 cows, you're not allowed to wear boots. I don't know if it's like trying to pretend you're a cowboy or the reason behind the whole thing. I have no idea, but
I want to know what the penalty is. Like, if you only own 1 cow and you're seen wearing boots, like, what are they going to do to you?
wait a minute. What if you are only wearing 1 boot? Right, you have sandal on the right and boot on the left, and like, sorry, the second cow hasn't shown up yet, so maybe you get a warning ticket. I don't know.
Wow. So, in the United Kingdom, take it overseas, it is illegal to handle salmon in suspicious circumstances.
Okay.
That sounds like I'm watching Monty Python.
Yeah, exactly. I'm only going to say false because suspicious circumstances is way too broad of a term, right?
This law was likely created to combat illegal fishing activities. It's a real law, and that's how it's written.
So a law gets passed that says, hey, I can determine if this is suspicious or not.
Right.
So
I'd be handing out all kinds of freaking tickets just to be a jackass. You suspiciously held that fish.
Listen, carrying a fish downtown in my back pocket is not suspicious.
In Arizona, you can't have a donkey sleeping in your bathtub after 7 p.m.
Oh,
I feel like this is not Arizona. It's probably the city you live in Minnesota.
So in Asante, Minnesota, you can't have a freaking donkey in your bathtub. I'm gonna go with false because there's too much details, but that's the only reason. Otherwise, I believe it's probably a law.
This oddly specific law was passed in 1924 after an Arizonan merchant's bathtub was washed down into a valley when a dam broke, carrying his dozing donkey into troubled waters. Hundreds of people were involved in saving the sleepy, soggy donkey, so this law was signed into action to prevent endangering future bathtub snoozing donkeys and save everyone a bunch of time and effort.
It's got a story to go with it and everything. Good Lord.
Wow.
Man. Well, that one was interesting and one that I had selected as well.
Oh, all these things to come up and you guys joined one. So, all right, here's one. Waking up a sleeping bear in Canada is illegal.
100%.
Yeah, that's got to be a law.
Yeah.
Because of the hibernation.
So it is a law, but not in Canada.
Oh.
So that is false. It's actually a law in Alaska.
Also inappropriate.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't go waking up sleeping bears, you idiots. That'd be the last thing you probably do.
In the state of Louisiana, it is illegal to send a surprise pizza.
Why?
because it's a Louisiana. Well, you put crawfish on my pizza.
An unprompted pizza is actually considered harassment.
Really? Huh, interesting. Kevin, what's your address?
And there's actually a $500 fine if convicted of pizza harassment.
Well, plus you got to pay for the pizza and delivery. Fuck that. If I'm going to harass you, I'm going to find a different way to harass you.
I mean, if you want to harass me with pizza, you can harass me all day. That's fantastic.
So while Keith carries fish in his back pocket when he's in London, if he goes to Alabama, Kentucky, and Georgia, it's against the law for him to walk down the street with an ice cream cone in his back pocket.
Back pocket, that's true. I don't know if the cities are right, but the back pocket ice cream cone, I've seen that one before.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
this
true.
Might stink. The ice cream cone's going to melt. Why would it be in your back pocket in the first place?
Because horse thieves used it to lure horses away from where they were tied up with ice cream and a waffle cone.
Really?
Yep, because it melted. It just followed me.
Wouldn't it be simpler to put a fucking carrot that's not going to melt in your back pocket?
I wasn't there when they made the law.
All right. It is illegal to run out of gas in the city of Youngstown, Ohio.
Could you keep going with the towns? I'm gonna say the town's wrong, but the law is a real law because you're gonna be someplace way far from somewhere.
Yeah, and Youngstown's a pretty big city, so that is an actual law. It is absolutely illegal to run out of gas in the city limits of Youngstown, Ohio.
So I've discovered why Keith moved from Florida.
Okay, here comes Florida man.
Because it's illegal to fart in public after 6 p.m.
I spent a couple hundred days in jail for that one. And, one more offense, and I was going to the big house, so I had to get out of there.
That is a real law.
In the entire state.
Yep, that's how it says here. Florida, it's illegal to fart in public after 6 p.m.
Well, I'm fucked.
Waiting for 550 all day.
This one's just for Bernie. In Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in a church that causes laughter.
Wow.
I saw that one too.
That's a real law.
Somebody was having a bad day. He's like, listen, you three got to take those fake mustaches off because no one's paying attention to me.
In Alaska, it's illegal to push a moose out of a moving airplane.
So what?
In Alaska, it's illegal to push a moose out of a moving airplane.
Okay, that's got to be a law. I mean, that's just stupid.
It's a law, but I have no idea how it came about.
I don't know. Maybe they're moose hunting and trying to make it easy on the people moose hunting. Even if it does land on its legs, those things are broke. So, here's another good California one because I love California laws. You cannot wash your neighbor's car without permission in Los Angeles.
I'm gonna say that's
kind of like a harassing pizza, but whatever you do, don't go next door and wash your neighbor's car in Los Angeles without their permission. You will receive a citation. So
there's another one in California that I don't have it in front of me, but you can get a ticket in California. I don't know what the law is called. If your barbecue smoke wafts into your neighbor's yard. How is that even a thing? Hold on, let me hold my smoke in.
Kevin, I'm gonna hold you personally responsible for your stupid pizza one, New Orleans. Now I've got 2 people asking me to harass them every single day.
So, all right, so I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I've got a bunch of questions I'm going to start throwing at you guys for rapid fire responses. This should be hilarity for Kevin because he loves questions on the spot.
Yeah, these are my favorite.
Yeah, so he's going to absolutely crush this. And don't forget, guys, the game at the summit, if you're coming, is to come up and randomly ask Kevin random questions. He has to pull a response out of his ass right then and there. So question number 1.
My random response that I'll pull, I'll give everyone is just
that you said so articulately right then and there. If you could have any superpower, but only use it for mundane tasks, what would it be? If you could have any superpower, but you could only use it for mundane tasks, what would it be?
Oh gosh,
levitating.
The ability to read minds.
But you can only use it for super speed. All right, start with
levitation.
Bernie. Why super speed, Bernie?
Because if it's mundane shit, I want to get it done as quickly as possible.
Nice. Good answer.
Well played. Kevin, why levitation?
Imagine doing dishes, laundry, vacuuming. You can just levitate everywhere and you don't have to, just super simple.
But wouldn't you have to come back down to load the laundry and actually touch the dishes?
Well, you only have to levitate a foot off the ground or 6 inches off the ground.
Keith, what was yours?
Reading minds.
For mundane tasks?
Yeah, because if it's something I don't know how to do, I can read your mind and I can figure it out without having to ask you a question.
What mundane task don't you know how to do? I'm curious now.
That's actually really good.
I don't know how to levitate and run very fast.
We're gonna have to talk to your mom. Keith doesn't know how to do mundane tasks. You should probably start giving him chores.
I just don't want the superpower. I just want the sidekick. Right. Don't give me the superpower. Give me my Robin to my Batman. Right.
You have
that way.
Keith.
I can give them the fucking mundane tasks.
No, you already got Keith and Scott.
No, actually, I have you. But
yeah, I think his sidekicks are Ace and Gary.
Nice. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, and did you regret it?
Ooh, the sushi an uni roll.
Oh yeah, uni is gross.
I don't mind uni. I don't mind uni.
I don't like uni at all.
I didn't regret it. It's not because of the price point. It's not something I would ever order again because I didn't enjoy it that much. But yeah, boy, that was like catfish bait.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like the texture.
Yeah.
Nasty. Raw shrimp. As long as we're doing the sushi thing, raw shrimp was nasty too.
Yeah, I don't even like the idea of raw shrimp. That would just be mush.
Yeah, again, it's a really weird texture thing going on.
That's gross.
I've tried a lot of weird shit, and most of it I've liked. I don't have anything.
Yeah, the only thing that pops up in my head would be escargot. But they had it covered in so much sauce and everything, you couldn't even taste the damn snail.
No.
Yeah, I like that. I had
some garlic butter and
I actually like that. That was kind of like an oyster.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially usually it comes out in that garlic butter, and you can dip the bread into that garlic butter when the escargot's gone. Oh my god!
So
fantastic. So
Rocky Mountain oysters. Did not like them.
No.
Interesting. Did you have them in a sushi place?
No.
What profession did you want to be when you were a kid, or what's one profession you always wanted to do that you never did?
Archaeologist.
That makes so much sense for you. Alone, boring.
No, I wanted to be Indiana Jones. I wanted that archaeology. That was what I wanted to be when I was a kid.
No,
Which is so
that
not
doesn't
archaeology.
exist. Yeah, that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah, I
exist. That's just a
know.
movie.
Bernie, would you
So-
want?
Baseball player, man. That's what I wanted to be. I want to be cranking home runs over the fences and having thousands of people cheer for me. That was it.
Interesting. For me, it would be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. I want to fly.
See,
Yeah, I
me,
did that for a while too.
Yeah, me, and I'd still do this to this day. Would be a bartender on a cruise ship. I just always thought that would be the coolest way to see the freaking world and meet just some amazing, crazy people.
Just start calling you Isaac.
No, I'm good with that. Isaac was a good motherfucker. What's the most unusual talent or skill you possess? Most unusual talent, or I know Keys.
I
Y'all
can
watch
talk
this.
myself.
No,
I can talk myself out of anything.
No, watch this. Keith, make your rooster sound.
I don't know. My voice is warmed up enough to do it. Actually, I can do a lot of.
He can. This
farm
motherfucker
animals,
can do a lot of farm
sounds.
animals. He spends so much time in his fucking car for doing sales. He learned how to do all these fucking farm animals.
We would be out camping somewhere and we'd be screwing with people doing animal sounds, and everybody's up and out and like looking for a lost rooster in the forest.
Oh, friggin'!
I don't
mine's
think doing it. I know that my voice would crack.
Yeah, mine's drawing. That's my thing. It was even like on Saturday. I went to a friend's their son's football game, and a buddy of mine, their daughter was there, and she was drawing. And I sat down and said, "Can I draw you a picture really quick?" And I took her stuff and I just drew her a quick picture of mountains and water and everything else. And all of a sudden, I look up, and all my friends are looking over the top of me because they didn't know I could do all that. And then she almost recreated the entire picture. It was really, really cool. But
Well, I remember back in high school, we drove by this Taco Bell behind our house. And somebody had drawn all these caricatures all over the entire Taco Bell. I'm like, man, that's really cool. And then like 2 weeks later, I found out it was Donnie that did it.
And it was Dairy Queen. Wasn't Taco
Or Dairy
Bell.
Queen. That's right. Dairy Queen with all the windows. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I drew all the Looney Tunes characters on there for him.
Yeah.
For a promotion. So, Bernie, any obscure skill sets?
I would say avoiding accidents that could kill me. I have been in 17 car accidents since I started driving at 16 years old, and never had to spend any time in a hospital.
So, note to self:
don't
Uber.
ride with Bernie.
Uber.
17 car accidents in 10 years. That's
okay.
crazy.
I've wrecked a lot of damn cars. How did you keep count?
Insurance sends them a thank you note.
Kevin, any skills? Crazy skills?
No, I can't think
You've
of any
had 20
crazy
minutes
ones.
to think.
I know. I can't think of any crazy ones. Everything that pops in my head is like relatively mundane. I played trombone, piano.
Keith played trombone.
Not well. Keith got kicked out of band because he was mimicking the person to his left and the person to his right and just sliding the tube without blowing.
I'm not saying
true story.
So,
True story.
if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
The theme from Cheers.
What a good answer. That's a great answer.
Huh.
So
I'd want the theme from Airwolf.
I don't remember the song from Airwolf, but I know it's got to be badass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember it.
I just heard it again over the weekend for some reason. I was on a TikTok or something. They were doing the Airwolf stuff, and I was like, "No way, Airwolf on TikTok? Yes." So,
yeah, for me, it would be "It's My Life" by Journey, or is that Bon Jovi? One of the two of them did it.
That's Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi,
yeah. I love that damn song.
Man, for me, I've always loved
Take
Bad
me
Babone.
out to the ball game.
I like the song that the Ice Cream Man plays. That's my theme song.
Do not do this. Do not do this. Google the words to the ice cream truck. It is one of the most racial.
Only if you want to ruin your entire childhood.
Yeah, it is one of the most racial songs on the planet. I had no idea.
Yeah,
so it's the
somebody
words
showed us a couple months ago. We were out by the fire pit out there, and someone showed us, and we didn't believe them, and they showed like, this is crazy.
It's freaking wild how racist that song is.
Absolutely
like words that should never be said. Period on any it's one of the most disgusting lyrics I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, the only other thing I would do for a theme song that wouldn't be cheers would be I hope you had the best day of your life. Hope you had the best. Yeah, Green Day, that Green Day song. Hope you had the time of your life.
Yeah. What's something funny that happened to you as a kid that not many people know about? My favorite one is my oldest brother was teaching me how to play golf with a baseball bat. Except I swung all the way around and smoked him right square in the eye and swelled his eye all up.
Yeah.
That would be why they push you down the stairs.
Yeah, and years later they pushed me on the tire swing and I fell. My front 2 teeth caught the inside of the tire and ripped my 2 front teeth out. And that
Shoved you in the washing machine.
Yeah.
You know.
dryer.
Yeah, it happened to me as a kid. In one day, I gave my older brother 6 stitches above his eye and broke his ankle.
God damn, you all beat on Scott.
Well, you got to remember, Scott was twice our size too.
Yeah, he was.
as kids. Like he was always a big, stocky dude, and back then he was tall.
I was gonna say, when the hell was Scott ever twice anyone's size?
Yeah.
When we were 4 foot tall. When we were,
my middle brother, I cracked his eye open with a door.
there's still a scar right there.
How your parents kept insurance, I have no clue.
Bernie, any crazy things as a kid?
I mean, there's probably more than a few. So my little sister will probably hate me for sharing this publicly, but
even better.
We were, I think I was
it already.
8 and she was like, I was 8 or 9. She was 5 or 6. And for my birthday, I got this goo, like slime. And when she was sleeping, I went and I mashed it in her fucking hair. And she had to have it all taken off.
Oh, wow.
She still gives me a hard time to this day about it.
Yeah.
Wow. If you could time travel and go back to talk to a younger version of yourself, what advice would you give yourself?
I would go back to high school age era, somewhere like that. And the only thing I would tell myself is stop giving a shit what other people think.
That's a great one. Mine's simple. I'd go right back to high school. I'd say this shit doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what it is. Start a business.
Yeah. That's a good one.
High school doesn't matter at this point. Just go start a business. Doesn't matter what the business is. Kevin?
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Wow, how far back would I have to go to do that one?
Don't wait until you're 34 to join the army.
Right? Oh, too freaking crazy. So, good morning back home in Texas. Oh, there's Miss Connie.
3 months in
this on
Colorado
screen.
heaven. Bad bottom girls. Yes.
The cool thing about Connie is she caught a random live LinkedIn that I did freaking years ago, and it's literally followed along with me the entire journey of building this company. So for those who don't know, on the 17th, I hit 6 years in business. So
nice.
I almost wrote in that post, "Fuck you, statistics." Because most companies fail in 5. So here we go.
Yeah, but if you look at the people you surround yourself with in 6 years, you've got the 3 of us. You're fucking up.
if that is the proof of my success, I'm out of business. I'm shutting the doors. Oh Lord. If you were a stand-up comedian, better question. Would you be a stand-up comedian or would you be an improv comedian?
I'd be stand up for sure.
Yes, stand up.
Oh, improv.
Let me think about this. I don't like to plan and put all the work together. So maybe improv would be better.
Yeah, I'd 100% be improv.
Yeah.
So give me something like Who's Line or the 4 brothers that compete, dude.
Kevin, I'm surprised you wouldn't be improv.
I have comments, but I can't make them.
Really, thinking on your feet in 2 seconds is not a strong point for you. I never would have guessed that.
Oh, holy cow!
Wait, Bernie didn't give us the answer.
Oh,
I think I would do stand up. To be honest with you, I feel like I could come off the cuff for an improv, but planning.
It's funny with that mustache. You look like Gene Wilder. and who was his counterpart? Richard Pryor, like mixed into
Yep.
one person right there. You were a stand-up comedian. Yeah, Richard Pryor had that big bushy mustache, right?
He did have a big gnarly mustache too. Last one. If you had to pitch your business idea or what you're currently doing on a TV show like Shark Tank, what crazy stunt or gimmick would you use to grab the shark's attention and seal the deal? So you have to present it. So you can think about the Shark Tank, presentations. They got to do something funny, quirky, or the like. What would be the thing that would the gimmick?
I think I would come out in an undersized plaid jacket and tell them I live in a van down.
Oh,
I think I would run back clips of terrible virtual meetings where people are like on camera and don't realize they're on camera, and then they're taking a shit, right? Something like that, where they come into the show completely naked and not realize. I heard a story one time that there was a guy who thought he left a meeting, didn't, but then took his pants down and started.
Yes, that's real. That was actually
that was a real thing.
Yeah, that video went stupid viral. We lost your audio, Keith.
We can't hear you.
So it looks like you muted or unplugged the mic. But yeah, no, that was 100% real. And you could see the guys scrambling. Oh God, somebody call him. Somebody call him. You know, they're in the middle of a freaking business meeting. I mean,
they hired him back. Like 6 months later, after they fired his ass, they hired him back.
That's insane to me. Oh, that's insane. All right, let's do announcements for the week. So it's Summit Week, guys. So there's not any trainings or anything going on this week because we will all be at the Badass Business Summit. So there's only a few tickets left on that. If you haven't got your tickets, get your butts over there right now and get after it. So badassbusinesssummit.com. Go there to get your tickets. We are proactively looking for a female to join us on the show. So we're going to be doing some interviews with some females. So if you think you could hang with the boys and handle the smart assery, have some thick skin, and duke it out with us, we'd love to have you reach out to us and tell us you want to be part of the show.
So I found out a cool thing about one of our speakers. I'm gonna share the fun thing I learned. You have to guess who it is. So one of our speakers' nickname is Smurf.
Smurf. The only one I can think of would be Laney.
Nope. It's a guy.
Oh. A guy named Smurf. Is that Jared Morgan?
Nope. Although that would be funny.
Yeah. You're still no audio, Keith. Freaking
Gotta be the guy in the red hat.
No,
Larry?
It's not
No.
Larry.
It'd be funny if it's Greg.
It would be funny if it was Larry, because then he'd be Papa Smurf.
Yeah,
Red
exactly.
What about it'd be funny if it's Greg Birch just because he's so damn big.
Nope.
Who the fuck is it then?
Zalmanoff.
Zalmanoff is called Smurf?
Yeah, so I posted about it on Thomas Keaton's something. I asked him if he was going to be joining us. He's like, no. I'm like, oh, cool. And he mentioned that Smurf was going to be speaking there. I'm like, who the fuck is Smurf? He's like, that's Zalmanoff. I'm like, what the hell?
Never heard that.
So I'm like, we're going to be calling him Smurf all
Probably because he's
weekend.
such a little guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
exactly.
So, well, guys, y'all have an amazing, awesome week. We'll see some of you at the Badass Business. Some, if you haven't got your tickets, go get your tickets and
Come by and say hi.
Yeah, come say hi, see us, say hello, all that stuff. See you guys.